Oh, a 4-mana 5/5 that does 1 damage to you during your upkeep. Bad. Hearthstone perspective, would I spend 4 mana for a 5/5 that deals 1 to me at the start of my turn? Early days of Hearthstone, I probably would, to be honest. But that being said, you do have to find the lands for this. So I feel like it's worse in Magic than in Hearthstone. I mean, it's a pretty beefy boy, right? Like, look at him. Ginormous. In Black... Okay, can I ask you one question? You sure can. In this set, or the basic set for Magic, there are cards that want you to do damage to yourself. That benefit you from it? Yes.
I have adjusted the list. It became a 45 size deck, which I hope is fine. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I actually think like in the early days of Magic, this one could probably see play. It's not that
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 starters, 10 of which are the live twins. Despite that though, my hand testing still has me drawing more fucking beastness. Every starting hand back then with Crimson Tears, Moon of the Closed Heaven rather, is always fucking...
Listen, if you just printing the first expansion of Hearthstone, this card beats.
Anyway, I should go make a separate profile for WeCross, just like Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, man. This is a beloved.
I just realized I wanted to open. Going second, that's fine.
It was unplayable in like.
Ooh, very fine.
Yeah, because Magic moved pretty fast away from like what we were.
Man, I do love giving away that I have a Molcharmy immediately.
Someone played this back in the 90s. They're like, oh, you're a serious gamer because it's very underprinted. Just didn't cards very often. When somebody.
Who cares? If they have it, they either have the Ash or they don't. That's what Molcharmy does.
You know what I mean? Like,
that is depressing.
We're gonna try to set the stage on the
not for me, for them.
Most expensive like Magic card ever, aside from the One Ring we talked about from the channel that most people bought for $2. Black Lotus, like 800,000. All right, that was the cards outline. I think the other most expensive
from the
card
hand
covered in the last video was $8,000. I think we don't want to go that high most of the time. That makes sense. Yes, I can see. I'm gonna be a little bit more realistic. I think last time I was caught up in how expensive the first generation of Magic cards are. Second, even if you told me this is it's a very small printing, and that will have a big. Like this is gonna. First one's gonna set it. Yeah, I'm gonna listen. This one's kind of. I have to basically guess on the first one. I have no context with drive, but I don't really think that helps. I'm gonna go with $4,500. Dumb shit. A low price of 1,100.
A little too late for this guy to activate now.
What's where your head's at? I like where your head's at.
Kinda.
It's like struck down in Discord. That looks so strange. I bet it did. Old Man of the Sea. One neutral to top control of a with power no greater than.
Are they playing Ryzeal or is this pure? It's pure.
Not to untap normal. Also lose if Old dies or if the power becomes greater than. That is really hard. There are any hand buffs in Magic at the time? No, in Hearthstone, pretty early on, they used the concept of hand buffs, which is hand buff the stats. So I imagine that's not the case in Magic. That sounds like additional, like, yeah, okay, I have to clarify that, because I didn't play Hearthstone for 10 years, and every other card game, Hearthstone. Also, there's buffs in this game at the moment, like you can buff your attack on the board. Yep. There are a variety of cards in Magic, even starting at the very first set that could be. It's important to know because that does maybe these cards slightly better. These spells are. You also say creatures were bad.
Oh my god, are they seriously running Solemn? Or perhaps they have... Oh, it's a quick play.
Why would you do this? It's very cheap. Not a hard game to play. can't believe this. Like, your opponent has to respond to like something. Early in my head, I said that I would say in Hearthstone this card would be at 3 mana if I could stop it. I think this card would be nuts. But
An interesting choice.
Just because creatures were not playable or not great, you didn't want to play this. And if the last one was the 4 mana 5/5,
As long as we play things right,
now one thing I'm gonna say,
potentially I'm not dead.
part of the reason it will explain comments a lot. Cards were played.
That's a +2 man, I can't let that happen.
They're bad is mostly based on what happened when I ran. When I did that. That is, yes, you're actually right. Scarcity of a card does translate to overall like betting impact, right? Most people can't play the card, and how impactful it is.
You're running Night Sword.
So I think
Honestly,
that's slightly better.
justifiable, I'd say. With only one extra Ryzeal and like,
Nobody was into this card back in that time period. I don't feel like creatures most part. But I will say.
Yeah, I think we're just dead. All 3 Mitsurugi rituals on the field. Is game.
Was it reprinted? No, I own an original. Let's go. I'm showing it off right now. Like, really, especially now that good creatures are like really fun to play. That's like grab the best of the time. So I have a feeling it's underplayed in its day, but when the best creature by far was that general one.
Tell me I live. Holy shit.
So here's the thing. It's hard, it's hard to inflate because it's a print, but also because it's
Nah.
valuable, I think the tower first card game. So I don't think it's more money. I don't think it's close to the other one. So I'm gonna go with like $500. Oh, wow. 99. $399. You know what? I'm taking that as a complete. Dude, you're on a. I'm really excited to show you this. Love the art. Ali from Cairo. Right on the note that one. 2 neutral, 2 red. While Ali is in play, damage that would reduce you less than 1 life lowers you 1 life. All further damage. Less than. I will.
And the 4 hand traps and the 1 card starter isn't enough.
Magic has a few.
Speaking of.
Oh, if you deck yourself, like you would still lose. Deck yourself, and I can't remember how many of these are popular. Like the evaluation, but loss of life not considered. So there are cards that say.
I'll keep the extra droll and lock since it's not once per turn.
Sure, okay, I understand it. This is 0.
You might think that's pointless, but if it gets negated...
You can steal it with Old Man of the Sea. Good. This one's crazy because this is a good effect in the very right circumstance. Like, it has to be so perfect. Most of the time, this is probably trash, but maybe delay the game 1 more turn so you get it back and then pop
I
off.
tried to ritual summon, I still have the Ash.
It's called Ice Block. I don't know if you're aware of that card, but it's a secret for Mage that says when you would die, prevent damage, and honorable. Basically live in a whole extra turn, which was a real card. But that's a secret that you can play preemptively, and you don't have to worry about spending the mana later, and it's always going to be there unless your opponent has a way to deal with the secret. It's like
It's kind of hilarious.
Which I think is bad, but I'm really, like, the content side of me is really trying to believe in this card. There's no way a 4-mana 0/1. No way. There's no way. Listen, I think it's bad, but I'm hoping I'm wrong. Tell me it's. So you're saying it's bad, but you want to be wrong. Yes. Alright. We're gonna get here. I'm gonna round about. I've got to tell you of a card keeper
went to the game store to play with Magic the Gathering cards. Ran in. Call this person Dan, little Danny. We'll say Danny went to the card store. He was probably 12 years old. Been playing Magic for like, finally parents and gotten up the guts to step into the arena and battle other people outside his friend circle. Down to play a full-grown adult, like 40-year-old, big old beard, chain smoking cigarettes indoors to you really get a vibe of the time. Okay. Danny here to play some big green creatures, like 8/8s for like 6 mana. Really excited about it. And
I just realized this card's useless. It doesn't prevent rituals.
Cards that
Fuck me, fuck me in the ass.
So there are no lands, and he can't cast a damn thing. And then plays this card, and he has no lands. Just do nothing. You can't kill him. And then Danny proceeds to sit there with his smoke, blowing smoke in his face for 40 minutes until he figures out some, like, I think, a 4/4 flying angel that, like, in 5 attacks wins the game. And it's a miracle Danny didn't quit the scene on the spot. Danny, no questions. I'll take 0 questions. In that circumstance, Ali from Cairo was the most infuriating, busted thing freaking. Oh my god! Like imagine not knowing the card existed. Drop on you.
Yes.
Oh my god.
They don't play Effect Veiler.
Very limited
Typically.
experience. Yeah, the card wasn't played. It wasn't good. But the fact that it existed just to make children miserable, I think, is why I'm talking about this card. Steve, wherever you are, fuck you. Steve. Do that.
Whoever Danny is, God, I'm so glad they could. I mean, I hope they're still playing Magic.
I don't know how. Why would they? Why
I did forget about Dominus Impulse, admittedly.
Danny had to drive like an hour to and from that
Still,
store. Don't ask how
no
I
big
know.
deal. Honestly, it feels like a waste of a Dominus Impulse to do that, in my opinion.
Alia is $389.
Oh, he's actually so close to old man. What the hell?
Yeah. No.
You're an idiot if you think
I
I'm gonna
one thing that you
fucking
might find is a kind of center around a
not
space
discard
where
a card
whether
for
it's
that.
like or not
That's
is
the
important.
worst
It's
draw.
important. Collectible.
Ring of Maroof?
Okay, so when do we bridge into Fiendsmith here? What else do they have in their hand? They had Dominus.
You know, just own.
Alright,
It's a card you can find.
let me just before I even read the rest of the card, you have to bring all your other cards just for this card. That's so funny. Card costs 5 neutral mana, by the way. I didn't even say that because I didn't see it at the first glance. Okay. Card can be any card you have that you're not using in the deck, or that for some reason has left the game. This card is removed from the deck entirely after use. Oh, so you play this once. It's effect once, and then it's gone. But
I don't know what possible trigger they could have before summoning anything.
It could be. I'm going to give you, like, since you're evaluating it kind of for a competitive context, I'm going to competitive context now. Because
The one thing we lose to right now is Nibiru. There's really no way for me to play around that, unfortunately.
With the perfect card from
If we can destroy
right. Way it was played and handled
Mitsurugi before that can happen, which I would have been able to do if I summoned Lila first.
Cards out of your sideboard. So this was allowed to get a card from the cards you brought with you sideboard, or it could get a card that got exiled. There were several spells in Magic, and there still are. Exile target creature, target artifact, target. And this could get it out of the...
How many summons was that by now?
regardless of the mana,
1,
the only thing that's really
2,
stopping me from saying this card
3,
is like
4,
broken
5,
is the mana cost.
6.
Because you're literally saying
They're
I
either
can grab
still
any
holding back
card
that
I want and put it
Nibiru
into play.
really
any
well.
card I want and put it into play. That is into
Really
your hand.
smartly.
It's your hands. Still fucking insane. Depending on the context of the game. There is a card in Hearthstone which is called Zephyrs the Great. I don't know if I ever showed you it. It is a card that's in how the AI is now.
algorithm choosing.
They really butchered the Hearthstone AI recently, so I don't know how it is. No, he's in Wild.
Oh,
In Standard, he was really fucking good. Because it would give you a card from the classic Hearthstone set. Most of the time, that was good enough to just have or have Leaf, or etc. It was a weird card. That card was 2 mana. 5 mana.
This way Nibiru won't hurt us as hard.
Hearthstone, but it's a good. Like, this is such an insane effect. It's so good. Oh my god, I'm just imagining like you're playing with your friend. They're like, hold on, I gotta go get it. And then they're taking hours. Like, time limit.
At those tables. At those.
Especially because you've said to me, mana is not really like, it doesn't really cost anything. So, like, having a card like this, having it in game, and at any point,
I think they just have their toggle to like
literally
literally anytime there's an opportunity.
If I could just go into the collection and grab any card I wanted in that particular case.
You're right that this effect really, but 10 mana. 10 mana is too much. Was a casual superstar, a competitive, like 5 to play it, 5 to use it, and cast whatever amount. Getting up to 14 mana to do.
You know what? I think this card's probably worth. Or I don't know, maybe like $500. I'll go 500. Probably about fair.
$195. Like this one confused. I was surprised when I looked it up. I thought this would like from the moment. I thought this would be a more expensive card. $195 right now.
These are worth more than spells, but I don't know if that's because the ring is, or an artifact, sorry. The ring is worth so much money, but I don't know. Yeah, you're right. There is.
I'm really curious what card just
City in a Bottle. All the cards from this set must be discarded from play, except for City in a Bottle. While City in a Bottle is played, no further cards from this set can be played. I mean, dude, that's crazy. Tell me that this was really played. So, I feel like this card wasn't very popular because of that reason. But, my god, if it was a standard for this card would be crazy. Or, you destroyed me. Wow, all cards you play,
and you can't play anything. So if you're playing a City in a Bottle, your opponent is playing.
Oh wait, I do already have Fiendsmith tracked. I forgot! In a previous turn. I feel stupid now. Whatever, let's just fucking tracked again. What anyways.
Can you believe this card got printed?
I can't, I actually can't.
I feel like you literally could imagine in Hearthstone or in current Magic if you put a card in your set that said
There's no reason for Lacrima to go back.
Mod and we're hyped about are like banned. And for 2 mana, not even like a card. It's pretty cheap. I looked it on turn 2 and oh, it's like the set never. You're really making me.
That
can you imagine? I want the only card you grab from the set and you just go and hit ladder and you hit all the big cards in their deck and it's like get fucked.
as a standard rotation, like it's like god, I don't know, there's 0 mana to play so hard. Like, I feel like if the set was more popular, this card would have been, I think it would have been broken, and I think it would have happened. But because it's so limited, probably weren't playing around the fact that we were playing for Arabian Nights. I don't think
that's good analysis. Right. I agree with that. It's hard to know that there wasn't a Pro Tour at the time, and there weren't even. This was like tournaments, the whole like your game store, right? And the best case for this was your hands on one of these, but couldn't afford the other cards in the set or find enough Arabian Nights cards. This was something you could play if you were to think of getting followed by LD from Cairo, right? Like, I never saw this card. Nobody ever played it. I did.
For some reason, I think this one's worth it. Just because of like, I'm gonna go with. Oh, let's go 500 again. 500.
153. Yeah.
Okay.
Closer to right than wrong. This might be one of the more iconic cards. And like, it's one of those things where Magic players like to sit around talking about ad or a possibility, or just oh my gosh, somebody played.
Oh my god, Shahrazad? I'm gonna go with that. Is that what player? Like,
White man.
must leave the game in progress as it is. If cards left in their libraries as decks with and Sun Game the Magic? Some game is over. Players shuffle these cards, return them to their libraries, and progress. Any loser of the subgame having his or her remaining life points rounding down. Effects that prevent damage may not be used to counter this loss of life. Subgame has no answer. Less than 3 cards may be necessary. Oh my god. That is crazy. Players must leave. Okay, so functionally, in real life, you just pick your board up.
I don't care about the increased attack, I'm sticking to defense. And then...
Okay, I know this action kind of looks super
would have
like...
preferred being able to get out High King Caesar, but...
Like, if you're not playing like a super...
honestly, I probably could have. If I just summoned Black Rima. But I'm an idiot. And I'm probably gonna lose the game because of it.
That sounds like the second game.
I ain't got Droll, all I've got are removal. I am so fucking screwed.
More magic.
This is crazy. I'm just thinking this in Hearthstone. Play this card, you start a second game. Like, there's passive mana, and like, oh my god. I want to say it was good. Like, I just can't imagine.
Don't tell me they have another Dominus. Okay.
Your card store. And people are like, are you fucking serious?
That resolves and everything's gone.
I have done a lot of this. I've done a lot of this. Trust me when I say this. It has some absolute cards. It's like the reason this card I've ever seen in front of me. This is wild. Was it good? I'm gonna go with no, but I am hoping it will be good as well. Because this is crazy. No, you know what? I'm fucking hoping. This card's amazing. This card's the best card you've shown me.
So, this is very much a trick. Just showing this to you was the reward of its own. I don't know how to evaluate this.
Man, I lost because I fucking got rid of the snake. That's crazy.
Like a grassroots. Like this card. Just
I don't like them at all.
At my local card store was banned. At like everything I ever went to. It's currently banned in every format. Constantly. Everywhere. Nobody willing to fuck with it. When you're gonna tell somebody a story about the craziest magic that happened on your kitchen table arcade.
What the hell?
Charizard.
Sure. I don't know what they're doing. What the fuck?
And someone says, we're starting a new game now.
Well, I know what they're playing now.
That YouTube video would be 5 hours.
I think the fundamentally correct play is do that game under 0.
What is oh, here's another question. Hold on, this is like Inception real fast. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
Oh, they don't have Izuna. Alright.
Your opponent also has one in their deck, and they also play it against you on the sub-game.
Well, now they're gonna try to add it. Can't let that happen, though.
You can have 4 copies in your deck.
They're just gonna XCs and do it again. Or not.
Is this legal in Arena? No. It's not Arena. It's not legal. When I went in, it's like it's never easy.
That's a little cruel.
Ask that because I would love to see how they live reviews. I just want to see how it interacts in the game. I'm thinking like a Hearthstone perspective, like how would they
It's straight up mermaid.
Alright, it's probably for the best I can put this in a fucking nightmare.
Look everyone, it's Nightmare Mermaid.
That's what Arena average like per game is for 5 minutes.
They know about the Ghost Bell, right? Let's activate it anyway. I feel like since they know my hand, there's really no point in okay.
It's so bad. People would be like, I need to collect this card because it's amazing. Please tell me, we have never printed another card like this ever again.
They have never printed a card like ever again.
This is too much.
They don't play Impulse. They can't play Impulse.
I was really hoping for it. I was really hoping.
Because Noro is Earth.
Like a key that if somebody wanted, they just want to see the look on their friend's face. On Friday, like ever priceless.
They do have that.
But yeah, it's just fundamentally banned everywhere.
Let's fucking do this. They know I still have the tract,
Cards I have for you.
but they don't know about the Ash Blossom I drew. That's my only advantage. And now it's gone.
All the lands that Alpha Beta Unlimited use mana. Colors, very basic lands that make fun. That's all they did. And lands. But very early. Kind of incredible, honestly, from the game standpoint. I find that they very first creative land. And for that reason, I think it's really fun to try to evaluate.
Island of Walk Walk? Tap to reduce target flying creature power to... Oh, I see. Oh! No, Hearthstone. I don't know if I've showed you this.
Oh, I'm dead.
Hearthstone.
I am dead.
This is so specific. Oh my god, this can't be good. But, okay, we're flying.
What are you doing?
I don't think I've even showed you.
Okay.
But, yeah, there was Empire that flies that was really popular. That flies that was really popular. The Dragon, probably the most popular.
Rather or bad for playing this.
This is to have this down in creature. They'll have this for the next creature.
Yeah, so I guess the about this that they refresh at the start of your upkeep. So you like if your opponent spends their mana on a flying creature, you don't even have having it, but you attack with this. I only think it's bad though because it's so specific. I think this makes it better with your. I'd rather probably draw a different card most. If they have no flying creatures, it literally does nothing. And I'm guessing in this current state of Magic, it wasn't that popular, so I think this.
It was hard to get one of these, and I think the valuation that you have to look at is doesn't make sense. Playing this like one land a turn, right? He plays it, just draw curve forever. Yeah, I never played against this card. I did. I mean, I did actually. But there were also a lot of cards back then that destroyed lands. Destroying lands kind of taboo. Magic was back then not abnormal. There's just some funny things about this card though that make me want to show it. I would agree that this is probably better than you do, but just play it. At it and because you're it's something that's called Island of Walk Walk. It's not. It's not the art, but the type like the land type island like that. Like it could have been the type of island. One of the notes is the card is literally not an island.
$180.
400. 400 for this big deal. I don't know. I'm excited.
Brass. Have to have one mana to your suffer 1 damage. Whenever City of Brass becomes a tap. 1 mana of any card to your mana pool. Is that for this turn only? Or is that forever?
Yes. Mana pools during the end of the turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it functions basically like a land. And it untap next turn.
I mean, like really good. I'd like this card.
Yeah.
This is insane, right? It has to be good.
Fine.
Well, okay, so
I'm playing around
Hearthstone,
Lightning Storm after that last
thing about Hearthstone is that the
match.
this card has the benefit of color at the cost of 1 damage to your life total, and in a lot of cases, damage
Okay.
is irrelevant. Specific mana color you. I think this card was played and it's actually good.
Nailed it. This card's awesome. In Magic, it was not the colors of Magic.
They have some lights and darks because they're playing Orcust.
Yeah, it made
K9.
like or 5 colors opposed to 5 3. And before I have you tell me how much it's worth, I'm gonna let you know this is the card I'm showing you today. Printed card has been reprinted several times now, actually. People have been playing it.
I'm cutting the second
1,000
sweet.
I bet you
that kind of interaction is not necessary
Because I think it's worth that. It's $500, right?
with what we're up against. Same with
Yeah,
this.
a little bit, but I like on power level. I think you're right.
Library of Alexandria. Tap, add 1 colorless mana to your mana pool, or draw a card from your library. Colorless mana means any mana?
It can pay carry
Hmm,
cost. Oh,
it might be a Zuna.
It
It might
draw
be
your
a
library, or draw a
Zuna.
card from your library. The
They're
card drawing
adding,
ability. Have exactly 7 cards in your
and we're
hand.
forced to do this.
Interesting.
A refresher: you start with 7 cards in your hand, and your next hand size by.
And with more than 7 cards, you have to discard a card.
They had the
Your
Azunas.
turn. Thing is,
How
I almost feel like just tapping
unsurprising.
that 1 colorless mana. This is anything. It might be really.
Guess what? It's a mirror match now.
Right? Like, I mean, you don't even take the fact that you don't want to, but having the benefit of like the versatility probably would be a lot better. I think the last one was better because I'm not gonna be able to do any color, but drawing cards is good, and especially because anything like Hearthstone, there wasn't really a
This
bit
is
of
the
drawing
modern
abilities
day
in
version of
Classic, but
Cyframe,
this is
baby.
additional draw potentially, depending on what your hand
It's a
size
little
was.
weaker,
Oh,
but its
boy.
brick,
So it's fucking phenomenal.
its brick is a lot less wimpy.
Because play this on turn 1. Also, Magic back then. Nowadays, you don't draw a card when you go first. Back then, you drew a card regardless. Or when first, also drew a card. And so, like, yeah, you just play this on turn 1, and you start drawing 2 cards a turn every turn.
I like the
Yeah,
cheap.
for nothing. For nothing. Like, don't pay cost. Yeah, tapping for a colorless is completely fine, but yeah, like whoever had the library, it's like they already won. Like on turn 1, they're draw like 4 or 5 more cards than during the. You're not gonna end this with boxes, Lotus, a bunch of things like that. You could make an argument that the best card in the game. I'm going to hold it. I said it's a card I like better than Charizard. You probably don't, but I have fond memories. I'm holding up an original Library of Alexandria camera right now. I still own it. And in just about everything. In a format. And,
Well, at least the new Nightmare Mermaid can only be used in Orcust builds,
because I got one,
unlike the Nightmares, which are just universally applicable.
Didn't really understand card games.
It's still a Link one in the end.
So the idea of somebody drawing more cards is obviously busted. Just a thing that happened. It wasn't a black or black. Those were was as we kind of learned about card advanced theory that drawing more cards is free. Starting from turn 1, it's over, dude. Like I knew it. They did it. I'd play this on turn 1 and have this like twinkle in my eye. They'd be like, "What?" I'd be like,
See, you bring up that interesting aspect of like board games were brand new at that time. When I first started my card game, I was shit, and I didn't realize how important consistency is in your deck.
You can tell I really still don't know much about K9 bullshits,
So,
because
if
what
you
the
had this
fuck,
card, and
okay.
your schoolmates had this card, bad for them.
"Wasn't fair."
They're using my
It's not
K9
fair.
to
They thought it
search
was good. It's like, no, I just know that Library of Alexandria.
when I'm not even familiar with a starter card that everyone else probably already plays.
Like people.
What did they add? Another Azuna, right?
You know, I play something.
Mask. No, it's
Like,
Jokel.
why am I losing? Well, because you draw any land, cast your spells, or like, you draw them on curve because your deck had no consistency. Have card draw. I'm drawing like extra cards a turn. I'm hitting all my land drops. I'm casting a 5-mana card stuck on 3. Like, but people don't see it. They don't see that right away.
Yeah, see,
the creature that beats it.
You make it seem like it's so good. Let's go with like a grand. Like if I can eyeball in it, I think around 1,000.
$1,590.
They ended their turn with 1 card in the hand. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
1,500. I would have said you nailed it. It's
That's funny. I'm gonna summon it here just cause I think it's
I
funny.
wish Magic were that easy. Oh, it was fun.
No, that's a good.
One more card. I'm really curious to say about this. You have to take. You have to put it. One card evaluate. Come up with.
Zara Baghdad have to take 2 cards from your library, after which you must immediately discard 3 and to your graveyard. If you don't have 3 or more cards in hand, discard your whole hand. No spells may be cast between drawing and discarding cards.
I can just give you the gatherer text, like the updated text. It's where out today they tap, draw 2 cards, discard 3.
Magic, because the graveyard is much more relevant. I feel like this is better and hard for me to read that because obviously you don't really a graveyard in Hearthstone. But I mean, if it's a land, so you can just every turn. There has to be cards that really want you to put cards in your graveyard. Makes me think better. But
cards in the graveyard, Magic, are a full-blown reason. Decks that wanted, you can use it to you can use for the full-blown reason.
Now that you said that out loud, my first thought is, yeah, this card is amazing, right? You're trying to beat. You know what I mean? That's for the true metagame.
I said that because I think it would be unfair not to.
Well, fair enough. If that's the case, if you were being very genuine, that's very strong. Without even knowing the rest of the puzzle, like if the graveyard is that impactful, pick a card. Because yeah, you are discarding your hand. You get to pick 3 cards, I'm guessing, to graveyard. This is it. If your deck is built around your graveyard, this card's nuts. Final answer.
As a fair card, it's just as like, ooh, card is cool, I'm gonna put it in my deck. So bad, was absolutely terrible, and that's the way it came out at the time. But as cards got printed, as Magic expanded as a game, the limits that this card could take your deck to started to be. And there are decks in older formats called Analyst Reg. The deck doesn't mulligans until it has this card, no matter how many times it will count to like 1. And then it literally just goes off without ever making a creature like spells, and it does busted. Starts it right on turn 1, specifically because of this card, and no card in Magic that card is kind of mild. The potency of this card, yeah. What do you think? How much someone would pay just to ignore the rules of Magic the Gathering?
Honestly,
how much would they pay to turn Magic into?
There's one thing I know about card gamers is that they will do whatever it takes to win games, and I think this is probably going to be. So I'm gonna take a guess. The land you said. I'm gonna go with like 3.
Right. That would make it the most expensive card we talked about today.
I'm all for it.
I'm gonna give you credit. $2,235, but your head was in 100% the right place.
Listen, I know from Hearthstone, like, especially when there's one deck that's just objectively the best, that's the whole going game. So, have fun while making your opponent's life miserable, that's what card games are about, and would pay a high price for those.
Oh yeah. This is still legal, finally, and you, never see it.
Well, no.
I think it's stupid to try to continue.
I
probably should have waited.
Commander, I feel
Oh,
like
they're
if someone plays
letting me
this
go
card
to the
for
battle
one play,
phase.
all of you would look over to them and be like, "Are you serious?"
I bet they get attacked just on free. Oh, what do you think of Arabian Nights?
Absolutely crazy. I'm really glad that they learned from this. I would hope. Here's that is the greatest card I've ever seen in my life.
All right, one thing
It's
for the
each
end of
effect.
this I thought might be good for your channel. Comments were really mad at me for not telling you the Chaos Confetti story, so I'm going to tell you the Confetti story. If you remember the Chaos Orb, the idea is to flip it and cards that it touches are destroyed, right? Right. General gist. So, it is unclear. I can't stress this enough. People say they know the guy, or people say they read the report online, or somebody somewhere might have a black and white photo of it. I don't know.
Man, that's my fault.
Polaroid, perhaps. But at some point, the urban legend goes, there was a tournament, probably with an epic first prize of millions of dollars, because, of course, Magic tournaments have those back. And the finals, on an just insurmountable board stage, Johnny Magic drew the perfect card for the moment. The only problem was that Chaos Orb, at its best, might be able to touch 4 or 5 cards. The opponent had something like 30 lethal permanents in play. Don't ask what they are. It doesn't matter. So, Johnny made the decision that only the bravest, best, and most esports before esports gamer possibly could. See, Johnny knew if you have an infection in your arm, you're going to become a zombie. The only option is to cut off your arm. Johnny, for the next 15 minutes, carefully, slowly, ripped his Chaos Orb. 1,000 tiny.
This is ideal.
And then, as the card requires, from a height
Very ideal.
of at least 1 foot, lift the confetti, smother his opponent's entire board, which by rule of the judge there at the time, judge pronounced it
Never
a
mind.
legal play. And the pieces of the Chaos Orb obliterated the opponent's entire battlefield, leaving him stunned, demoralized. Johnny went on to win the billions, probably, of dollars of Magic the Gathering prize money and the hearts, minds, and imaginations of Magic players around the world. And that is my telling of the Chaos Confetti.
That's actually amazing, to be honest. I'm trying to... I feel like I want to call it a skill diff, because the guy's brain was so elite, if something like
They
that.
don't want me to draw.
I don't think you would go into rip with the
Why
card
not?
break. In that moment, like, hey, how do I win this? Randomly. It's victory of all time, but it's probably still the greatest victory of all time. You know a video on that, right?
Urban legend, like Bender. Really happened. Here, several years later, Magic released the first unset called Unglue. And what an unset is, give a very brief symbol. Cards that are not meant to be played with the rest of Magic cards. They are meant to be funny. They are Magic parody games. The story was so popular, for a story that may or may not have happened, that the card was in.
Oh my god, they actually Chaos Confetti. For Chaos Confetti. Throw the pieces onto the playing area from at least 5 feet and each card to play them. I thought this was just an urban legend. I don't know. That's incredible. The art is so good for that too. Oh my god.
I feel like this is gonna be ridiculously stupid. But I'm gonna be destroying myself. Oh right, I forgot Little Knight still brings something back in the end. Fuck, my Molcharmi's still dead! Ah, fuck it, I also don't have fucking Requiem anymore. Why would you do that? Engraver and the Dream. Okay. Well, the Dream's dead. Child Wand. Very dead. I'd say this wasn't bad for my first ever face-off against Dorcas. The win streak was bound to end eventually. It does feel a little bad to have the win streak end and have it be followed up with a losing streak immediately. I am without resources. I am dead to rights. At least it doesn't negate. I know it floats. I also know I've already lost. There's no conceivable path to victory at this point. I have decided to struggle. I could have drawn a card if I got rid of Kisikil. Not having time to worry about's nice. Of course, there was no time win con there. I was going to lose. Still. I think I have time for one more, but I think it's time to move on from the Fujoshi. Now that we're playing against actual meta contending decks instead of fucking BBD. Probably time to play something stronger. That's hilarious. Wait, this is only during main phase? Motherfucker. Oh, never mind. They're playing Sky Strikers. That's hilarious. And I made them go first. Oh no, wait. Very likely they're playing Yummy, actually, not Sky Striker. I'm gonna see them link summon that link 1. If not right now, then soon. Just you wait. Come on, play your yummies. Normal summon a yummy. I won't let you get to your yummy engine without spending a normal summon. What the fuck? Why are they setting? Oh, right, yeah, this is typical Malice bullshittery. Oh wow, they're playing TB11. What having only one Dormouse does to an MF, I guess. We're so down bad for place, we're right back to playing the Sky Striker engine package. The package was never good, at least in terms of ensuring you got the full combo. It did ensure you had 2 materials, but it didn't give you a name on field, only materials. You still had to make sure you had a name at the end of the day. I guess it did let you play that, quick effect negate thing, what's it called? Widow Anchor? Although that rarely ever comes up as well, so more often than not a brick going first and second.
Gotta say, buddy, it's been a good run. And I have a feeling that is why Rajama pointed this. Yeah, chess is a brutal game. I mean, you play a very logical move, all of a sudden you get Uno reverse. Get bishop c5. Charles is in a lot of trouble here. He makes another knight move. Just think about the knight moves. Knight here, knight here, knight here, knight here, knight here. That is 5 out of the first 11 moves. Just with the knight, the rest of the from the home squares. Wow, look at those. Every single piece. Now the bishops are out, the knights are out, the queens are out. That's why black is minus 3.8. I don't know how significant it is in Formula 1 to have a 4-second disadvantage. First and 5th place sometimes. It's a huge disadvantage. Now, at this point, Charles starts taking.
I'd imagine.
Knight to c3.
Sincerely, a Mario Kart player.
Now, there's an easy move for white. The problem is white still can't castle. That's going to be the major issue. Now he plays queen d3. Another good move, offering a trade of queen. Why is this good? Well, if black were to trade, a lot of the advantage goes away. Then white could try to castle. The other thing is that here, knight to h4 somehow traps the queen. Sort of crazy. This is actually a really fascinating tactic for the kids watching. You should always look at checks, captures, threats.
I don't like using Firewall Dragon as a combo piece. I get that's what it's primarily used for, but I really like bouncing the opponent's cards.
But the position is so good for black. Even if you just one bishop in this position, Charles has a 6-point material advantage. Position is still better for black. Why? Because this king is super. He can move his queen out of danger. Before you know it, black is bringing in both rooks. And this is just a very, very instructive example of how you pick up a full lead, but if you don't take care of your king and your pieces, you'll still be at a disadvantage. Material and king safety. Now, at this point, start realizing Lewis has like 3 seconds on his clock left. So Lewis got a totally dominating, spent a lot more time than Charles. The thing is, when you play chess, yeah, that's what it comes down to. Uses their time more efficiently, best move, and the time constraint. You might be salty if you lose on time in a totally winning position.
Time's a resource.
Time better, right? Now Charles goes into flagging mode. He takes bishop take. Going to lose this. He absolutely can't do about it. Plays the move h3. Now Lewis can come in here with the knight. He does a fantastic punishment of the fact that white left his king in the center for too long. And now the king is going to go running. King 2. At this point, you can just bludgeon the king with the rooks, but obviously,
yeah.
the 3 rook. Now Charles just has to survive like 10 more moves. Probably going to win time. Goes bishop to d. Now when I see this, the easiest thing to do here with black, given that you are up a rook and a pawn, is to simplify the position. Trade the pieces, bring the rooks.
Right, I can't risk going second against fucking Malice.
You got a bishop 2 takes.
We only blind going second round
Now
1.
out of nowhere, the king is in the
We lose a lot of our
Obviously, white
advantage
is totally
past round 1.
do the numbers. Black has an extra rook. This knight is even going to get out, so it will take few extra rook.
I guess I'm gonna
Bishop
play the
b6.
draw.
problem is
This
Lewis
is
doesn't have
still
that much
gonna
time.
be
He
helpful
plays knight to d5, does
sometimes.
Charles. Now you can take this knight with either piece. Or Lewis is able to do that. Charles wins on 5. Time runs out. I do just want to say, Lewis in this game, played like a...
Oh, where's my fucking...
I mean, really, like, he played one slightly inaccurate opening move, but after that, offering the trade here, immediately punishing the mistake from Charles, and Charles had to fight uphill the whole game. e4 check was fantastic. He would have taken the pawn, which would have been fine. After bishop c5, also, like, every move he made was quite solid, and, you know, he found this tactic, and basically, once you play the opening better than your opponent, you know, you start punishing their mistake. Played really well, he just played slow. Played slow. And as we know in Formula 1, you gotta go fast. Right? That's so great game from Lewis and Charles. He's got to work on his fundamentals because here could have had a totally good position. And I don't know if they're ever gonna watch this video. I hope they do. Shout out to you guys. 2 pawns in the center, quicker castling. White would have totally dominated. But by opening the position too quickly, king in the center, you got yourself in trouble. Now, for Rajava versus Ferrari. For e5, now we're going to see the master here. Show them how it's done. Knight to c3. By the way, we see the same defense, but capturing, and Rajava has actually played like I think as well. So he's just showing them good principle. Knights in the center. Or, by the way, at some point before they sat down, I think Charles said something like, "Oh, I think we can get him. Like I think we can get him." I think he was joking, but you would actually be shocked how many top-level athletes just have such a level of confidence, dominant in their own, that they can translate the chess. Same with business leaders. I have spoken to people, entrepreneurs who are in executive companies. So many of them, like, should be where they don't like chess because they don't have an intuition for it. They don't like to lose. A lot of athletes, they don't like to lose a lot. So chess, the humbling feeling, half the time that you play, really weird for me. That's not. That was quite funny. Now they played this move 5. This is a mistake. It's a mistake because you leave your pawn hanging here. In the opening, you should put pawn to the center. And depends on if you're going to lose any of the pawns. I can push and play knight to c6, not do anything crazy. And Rajava here plays pawn takes. When they take back, grabs the pawn. So now white just has an extra pawn. Already on the 4th move, right? So what white is going to do now is make sure the king is safe. Nonsense. Probably get the bishop out and probably castle. Knight goes to 6. Rajava here could take. Instead, he develops a piece. The knight 2 and actually threatens to take it. So, very nice idea. Now he's gotten a step closer to castling. They kick this knight out again with a move f6, but before you know it, white is now totally within 6 moves. Rajava did it special here. Yes, he's a special player. He's an exceptional player. This is just principle violation, right? So, f6, white now has the swift punishment b2h5 check. And anytime you move your f-pawn with a king in the center, you're susceptible to attack by the queen, whether you're white or black. And the point is that after this, you would take this. And if pawn takes, or even this, it's actually how good your position is sometimes. In this case, you should survive with black, but in many cases, that's not true. Oh, Java can play that. He also, you know, they also attacked his knight, but a lot of beginners make this mistake. They attack it. They don't think, where can that piece go? Where can that piece take? Yeah. Now they're in a lot of trouble. After pawn takes, bishop takes. This is a triple fork. How quickly downhill here for the gentleman? Bishop blocks. Now white here has a very decision to make. Taking the rook and points for it would be a attack for free. Nothing. I have -3 or 3 minus almost all the time, not losing any energy. An absolute free force. Best move. White now has a 5-point material advantage, and white also is still a step closer to castling black. White can check the king, but then I can even trade the queens now. No, because I'm already winning. So here they play pawn to c6. Rajava can check. He plays a very simple move. Sending, brings it back. Next few moves are going to be castling, pawn in the center, get the bishop out, get the queen. I know that, and I'm not a grandmaster. Not alone a 2690 big grandmaster. Play a nice move here, queen e7. They snipe the king. Enter board. White has 2 choices. White can give up the bishop for free. Then white can also give up the knight. I don't even consider these. White can king. White can block. Block with the knight, block with the queen. By far the most natural move here, the move that I would recommend to beginners, trading no queen on the board, black poses no threat. And again, you have an extra rook, you'll convert the game to long run. Java is the knight back. Why does he do this? He wants the queen on the board, and he wants to checkmate his opponent's queen. He understands that this is the more passive move, but he's going to castle, and then tonight, he's going to get his queen out, and then he's going to checkmate the guy's win. More on that later. They castle now. They've actually done a good job here. They just lost too many pieces in the process. And instead of putting 2 pawns in the center with black, which is generally what white wants to do, by supporting the center, you want to put your knights out, you want to get your bishop out, you want to castle. Either short side or long side. So, Jabov brings the knight back, and he also castles, and now, like I said, pawn in the center of the board. Why? Why is he doing it? Why did he not take the bishop? Well, he wants to take it. He can open up his rook. That's the trick up his sleeve. This is also a very well protected pawn. This also brings the bishop into the game. This also lets the queen out. Get some oxygen. This is just a good move. Pawn in the center, even on the 13th move of the game. Play a very tricky move here. c5, very tricky. Because if you take it, you're going to lose your queen. The funny thing is, if you take it, lose your queen. This is actually not even that bad of a position. It's still around equal. Despite you losing the full X, one material earlier, and black's king is quite weak. And black doesn't win the knight, you're obviously. Shockingly, Grandmaster from Azerbaijan does not blunder his queen. He went on to d5, making sure everything is protected. And now you're going to see how clinically he pushes the game off. They play bishop takes. Bishop takes. They go here. And they actually pick up the knight. They did spot this, but they lost a rook in the process. Now white is very easy. This position, you should win the game with white in about 5 to 6 moves. A lot of you would start giving checks and so on, and yeah, probably that all win. Pump the king now, take a pawn, blah, 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 blah. What Rajabov does here is something more sophisticated. And even lowly international masters like myself, and even players below me who have half a brain cell remaining, they know that you can reinforce it. Check. Something called weaving a mate. Oftentimes when you have the luxury of having some more pieces or a more dominant position, around the opponent's king first. Play bishop f4. Even on the 17th of the game, Rajabov develops this. Have a chance to, because material. The point is that now the king under a lot of pressure. Actually, this very moment, the king has no legal. That's quite interesting. The king can't go anywhere. The way that white is controlling the position. Which means, a couple of moves, just give a check or a check on one of these squares, or this square, or this square, even maybe this square. Like, it's going to be mate. Right now, white is not threatening a mate. Bring his rook. Job of still sticking to good principle. c6 is forced checkmate. This is a very nice move as well. Brings his rook to the game after bringing his. And now, black is really out of time. Queen to a8 is checkmated one move. Actually, stop it. I was super impressed by it. The way to stop it is to play queen. Survive for a few. You go here, and here he actually offered them a draw. Rajava called it a pity draw, because for a grandmaster, you do want to win every single game, but you also kind of want to be where you want to educate, an ambassador for the game. One of the worst things to do in chess is to beat somebody much better than you. Realize just how brain dead compared to them you are. And I felt this way when I played Magnus Carlsen. I did a collab with Magnus, I played him in a few games, and like, I just, like, no matter what I did, so much better than him. And I'm a really good player. I'm the 0.00001% of chess player. I can beat every single person that has watched this video. And so that's why I think Rajava was like, let's make a draw, you know, it's not a big deal. They both were like, nah, we want you to win. And they both fought it. And it's supported by the rook. Obviously, the bishop in this case is not playing such a big but very nice game from Rajava, who I felt stuck to very good principles. Look, knights out, punished the opening mistake, he developed a piece and attacked. Then Black made a mistake, he swiftly punished, saved this bishop, went back with the knight to preserve the queen, and it's quite iconic that the queen ended up going d5 to d8. Just went from 1 to d5 and then the process, you know, was in the center, developed all of his pieces, he avoided any blunders, and, you know, won a nice game. It's cool, man, you know, because I've been seeing a lot of these clips, like, I've been seeing a lot of clips of, players, you know, playing, chess in Formula 1, like, Hamilton, there, so Leclerc just became the piece of, like, Chivas, I think.
Very wise choice. This is where you want to be as Malice if you resolve Dimension Shifter.
I don't exactly know. But the whole ad that they ran was, and Joe Burrow recently did an ad body armor, I think, what was in it, and there was just there tons of around the world people look up to and watch on the screen with car racing, NFL, UFC, like I said, entrepreneurs, artists, music. So many people are playing chess. I'd love to just organize, you know, like the biggest global chess collab ever. And I've heard a lot about the Formula 1 guys.
Are you doing?
They're in Vegas next month, November. Ferrari, hit me up. Let's do a chess collab. Let's do something cool. If not, stay home. I'll make a talk about it. Like, that's all I have for you today. If you're new to the channel and you'll hear a ton of chess content, if you're a returning viewer, shout out to you for watching. That's all. In 2 days, I'm playing in Team USA versus Team. Out of here.
From H30. Bonus.
Ah, really? That's how that works? Oh shit. 7 or higher. Oh shit, I ran out of time. Damn it. Well, our chances of victory were very slim there. That's just Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes. It's a game of numbers, more than it is a game of skill, more often than not. Of chances. Sometimes it's not about who's more skilled, but rather whether or not your deck has a higher probability of winning. When you break it down to the rawest fundamentals, that is what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is. The strongest decks are the decks that can put the most cards in their main deck that says, I win, or my opponent doesn't win. A beautiful dance where everything is put into the table. And nothing else other than raw honesty and shine. Am I actually glazing Yu-Gi-Oh right now? Holy shit. It's a good game, guys. Please play it.